Hello everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and welcome to day 2 of the hashtag AJ Snark Attack 2020 event, brought to you by Art Joy of Sharing Art Community on Facebook. This is a daily art journaling challenge with snarky quotes to inspire you to do your art journaling. All about just, getting you in the mood and in the habit of doing art journaling every day. So I'm using this tall, narrow planner style Dilutions journal to do mine this year. And I have this piece of paper that I showed on my vlog on the 30th of last month. I showed where I was doing self-soothing by just taking pieces of underpaper like this. This is newsprint paper, underpaper that had some paint on it. And I did some stenciling and some doodling, and it's a self-soothing behavior that I do to get myself going creatively, blah, 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 or else to relax. And I just filmed it so that I would have something to put on my vlog as I was talking. So I tore the paper to fit, but it wasn't quite tall enough and didn't go quite to the edges after I tore it. So I glued it down with some Yoo-Hoo glue stick, trying to get all the wrinkles out using a baby wipe to kind of smooth it down and try to get all the wrinkles out. Newsprint is not the best paper for collage because it absorbs water and then it wants to wrinkle and bubble. So, if you're gonna make specifically collage paper and you're not just recycling or upcycling some paper, I wouldn't recommend newsprint as your choice. But I use that for underpaper sometimes. I've switched to black recently, which this is black craft paper, because I think that it makes things stand out better. But before that, I have used deli paper. I've used newsprint, and this is some of my underpaper newsprint paper. I don't throw anything away. I'm a collage artist, so I like to keep it, unless it's horrible. I mean, if it's just really terrible, I might throw it away. But if it's got some color on it, I might use it. This one's really grungy. There's black on it. There's a lot of, I don't know. It's grungy. But it was fun to doodle on it and to add some stenciling. I decided to use the quote, "Be a unicorn, not a twatopotamus." I think that's hilarious and snarky. That's funny. So that's the quote I'm using. So I decided to draw and then paint in acrylic paint a unicorn prancing about on the page looking cute because, you know, people, come on. It's 2020. It's a stupid year with a bunch of stupid junk going on. If you're watching this 10 years from now and you don't know what happened in 2020, just look it up on the Google and it'll tell you. Everything's been going wrong. So be a unicorn. Be happy. Be fun. Shoot rainbows out. Have glitter. Prance around and act silly because, I mean, what else are you going to do? Either you act happy and make it so, or else you're just sad and depressed. So I thought that was a funny quote. Yeah. I painted the body and head and everything of my unicorn with some buff Titan paint or unbleached titanium paint. It's kind of an off-white. The paper in this particular journal, made by Ranger for Diane Reevely Dilutions brand, is manila cardstock, like a tag. So it's off-white already, and I figured why not start with a medium tone and then do some lights and some darks to paint my unicorn. Unicorns could be any color. I mean, we don't know, right? We've never seen one. But most people assume they're white. So by painting the whole thing this medium toned white, then I can go back in and add titanium white and add a darker color, like in this case I used a warm gray further on in the video, to add more shape and shadows and highlights to make the unicorn more shapely. I assume she's a female. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it to me. So she wants to be shapely, right? So then I wanted to do one of those rainbow type manes on the unicorn, but I didn't want to use the RGB colors because of the background. I wanted it to blend into what's in the background. I was taking my color cues from that. So there's some teal in the background. There is some kind of a coral color in the background. There's some purple in the background. So I used those colors in Posca pens. I have this set of Posca pen that's called Naturals, and it's got these type of colors rather than the pure colors. The purple one that I used though is from the medium tip regular set of, I think it's 12 medium tip, that has red and yellow and orange and blue and green, the standard colors. But then the other three that I used were from this Naturals Posca pen set. Not really sure why it's called that because they don't seem very much natural colors to me. They're just more of like a pastel or something. So I would have probably maybe called it pastels. But after I did it, I thought, I should have used my glitter Posca pens because that would have been good. But these are opaque, and so they will color over the background and completely cover what's in the background, whereas the glitter ones might be a little bit more translucent. So then I took some medium gray acrylic paint and I am adding in shadows and blending with water over the top of my off-white paint into areas that I think there would be shadows. Under the neck, under the mane, under the body, um, the areas that had there been shadow, there would be shadow. And then I tried to make the nose more dimensional because my idea was that she's not completely in profile. She's kind of turned her head slightly, so there should be a bit of nose coming down, and then there would be a shadow on that side. Then I took titanium white and I did the highlights. Same method, a little bit of titanium white paint, small brush, blending it in with a little bit of water and adding the highlights where I thought they should be, which then makes the figure appear more dimensional than just a flat drawn figure. I'm using a fine tip, not an extra fine tip, but a fine tip black Posca pen to do illustration lines. I do have illustration lines. Even though I did the painting and made it more dimensional, I still have these illustration lines all around the drawing, which is fine with me. I typed some of the quotes from our 31 snarky quotes. That is what you can use for this challenge. You can pick any one off the quote sheet and use it at any time. They're not numbered, but I don't even know which is this the second one. I don't know. I have to look. Nope, it's not. It's like the fourth one on the list. So I'm not sticking to going in order at all. They're not. They don't need to be. But I typed some of them up using like a 14 font on my computer, printed out the sheet, and then I sealed it with some matte medium and a brayer so that it wouldn't smear because I have an inkjet printer. And then I just cut them as I'm going. I will find my book of snarky quotes. The Tim Holtz snarky quote sticker book has some of the ones that we used in it, but I can't find the darn thing. I don't know where it is. But I can certainly type them myself, or you could too. I could also use my label maker to type some of them out if I wanted to. The next thing I did was use my Stabilo All Pencil to just give a little bit of shadow in a few places and blended it with my Pentel water brush. And yeah, I think the only other thing I did was to add some splashes, some like white splashes, and I'll add glitter. Added glitter on the horn and the mane, and I added some white sketchy lines too with my fine tip Posca pen. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Come and join us for this 30-day art journaling challenge. It's the idea of it is to get you going and doing some daily creative work, which is something that we really need to do this year. Particularly, we've always needed to do it, but we need to do it now. So come and join the group. If you use the link below to ask to join the group, please remember to answer the questions that pop up, or you will not be accepted because we're trying to keep spammers out of the Facebook group. So just answer the questions. It's not a big deal. So there I added the glitter. Now I'm adding a little bit of splatter, some tiny bits of shadow around the words. And then I am done with day 2 of hashtag AJ Snark Attack 2020. Thanks. Bye-bye.